Yeah, we are.
There you go.
Hey.
There you go. Okay, all right. We got proof right there.
Some guy that seems like he's asleep. Need you to wake up, Gilbert. There's a lot of energy.
Come on,
going
Gilbert.
here.
Let's go.
Come on. Dan and Dago is at Moe's.
I'll show you. I'll show you. I got it right.
Okay, that's it. You guys, I am done with mine, but that's couldn't get better than a 2026 6th-round pick swap for a 7-rounder. So
Freaking love you, Chad.
Hey, dude. Cool, man.
Compas on the beat, man. Derwin James signing off, man. Watch Compas on the beat, man.
Derwin James, you are headed to the playoffs against the New England Patriots. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this Sunday. I know the Sunday night football game is coming up, but we appreciate everybody for jumping on. As soon as the game starts, we will be off, but we just wanted to get on here. And I was like, Dan, you know what? Let's not do a show. And Dan goes, no. He's like, we need to do a show. I'm like, all right. And so obviously he's a man of the people. But yeah, the Chargers end up losing to the Broncos 19-3. I was telling Dan during the game, I think there's more positives to come out of this game than obviously the score line. But if you're the Denver Broncos, you have to be feeling like I wouldn't want to go, and I'll get into this with Dan. If I'm Sean Payton, I wouldn't want to go into a bye week with these last few performances that they've had. They haven't had one performance, and I know Tony Romo was hyping up Bo Nix, and they were hyping up the whole Broncos team, but that just was not an ugly game by them. I mean, the Chargers defensive line was controlling them, and they didn't have Tier Tart in there the whole time. They didn't have other guys in there, so I'm definitely interested to see what comes out of this. But all right, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages. Well, no, never mind. This is a PG-13 show, especially with this individual that is about to come on. If this individual is on, be careful because there might be some F-bombs headed the way of the opposing teams or Hilberto. This individual is one of one. This individual is Dan and Dago.
How in the hell are we doing, everybody? How is everybody? Do I sound great? I got
Yes.
my Blame Hilberto shirt on. I know you can kind of see it. How's everybody doing? I like what shout out Pedro, my guy. I like what he says. Yeah, exactly. I think if we see them again, I'm not too worried about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think, this game was more indicating of, like you said, the Broncos going into the playoffs. Like, you're a number 1 seed. You've won 13 games. Well, 13 games, including the one from today.
14.
Oh, 14, sorry. 13 games going into it. And you kind of, delivered a lackluster performance. I don't believe anyone, I don't believe the hype of Romo and them being like, oh, maybe they're playing like vanilla because they could see him in 2 weeks. Like, no, that's not it, bro. Like, there was still something on the line for them because if they lost the game, they could have obviously been bounced out of the 1 seed. But,
listen to the way they ended the season. Broncos 27, Commanders 26, Broncos 24, Raiders 17, Broncos 34,
Not very
Packers
good.
26,
Not very
Jaguars
good.
34, Broncos 20. Patrick Mahomes,
Chiefs, yeah.
Chiefs, Broncos 20, Chiefs 13.
Yeah.
Now today, Broncos 19, Trey Lance and the Chargers 3.
Robert D, I love every minute of it. I'm a sick man. I love watching the Chiefs downfall.
So I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's really bad performances. And you're going into the playoffs where you know exactly what you're going to face. You're not going to face these vanilla teams. You could possibly be having the Jaguars come back in there. You could have these same Chargers in 2 weeks heading back in there for a matchup against them.
Like, mind you, offensively, I think we would have put up more points. But, I mean, offense has had a million and one problems. What?
You'd like to hope so. You'd like to hope so.
Yeah. But, but
I mean, they gave him a sure hell of a lot of opportunities to.
Oh, I know. But that's what I was going to say. Imagine, like, the craziest part is really they scored 1 touchdown and it comes off a pick 6. Like, that was your whole that was your whole score, basically. And that's crazy to me. You're basically playing for the most part, our backups. Because obviously you still had Tarheeb, you still had Cam, you still had Tony playing and some of these guys away. But imagine what bigger of a bloodbath it would have been if you would have had Derwin James, Khalil Mack, like who else sat defensively? Did anybody else? Oh, Perryman obviously suspended. Dayon Henley didn't play. Like, you know what I mean? Like it could have been a lot nasty. It could have been really bad, really quick. And it's like, again, this is where I talk about Thule. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. This is where I talk about where sometimes, some of the listeners get frustrated where it's like the results are great, but it's all about the process and kind of what you're doing to get there.
Sorry. Real quick. According to Chris Rim, Coach Jim Harbaugh said Dante Jackson was cleared to go back into today's game, but they held him out.
Yeah.
So that's good news. That's very good news. Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, like, the defense doesn't worry me. Like, I don't doubt that, next week when they play New England, wherever it is, I don't know, Jeff. Hopefully, Harbaugh can work off his wizardry. Because personally, I would just make him the highest paid defensive coordinator or something like that. Sometimes you're able to kind of sweeten the deal like that and keep him. But,
if you think about it, though, like the Chiefs could be next year could be looking for a new head coach.
They could be.
Why wouldn't you? Like, there's no, unless it's Baltimore. There's no really like job that I'd be like, oh, you jump at. Like Baltimore, if they lose tonight, and if it's him, I would jump at it. But the other teams, you're kind of like, okay.
Oh, I agree. And how much flack do I take from Eric and Gilberto when I say that? Yeah,
I'll give you another one. Cleveland. I know.
Just because of the defense.
That defense with him would suffocate.
Yeah.
And then you have a Myles Garrett, obviously, but
I was gonna say Pedro's like, dude, no way he leaves us for the Titans. I told Farrell the other day that's the only job I would ever want, because I'm like, I would love to be in Nashville full time, especially with all that money. Hell yeah. But what I was getting back to is that there wasn't really like they didn't really dominate our defense. Even our backups look good. You know what I mean? And what I was going to get at is the path.
2 sacks today.
Yeah. The path for success for the Chargers, in my humble opinion, is score 17 to 20 points and have 0 turnovers offensively. And I think they're going to end up winning a playoff game or two if they can follow that recipe. Because the biggest thing that always kills the Chargers, especially under Jim Harbaugh, in the 2 years that it's been, the 3-and-outs kill you, and then the bad offensive line play kills you. So. And drops was last year. This year, you've had less of it, which is some improvement. But, I think you have to find a way to try and disguise that, to try and minimize that. That way you can keep drives alive, stay ahead of the chains. Robert D., in my opinion, this was the stat that was most important to me. I saw Andre James not hit the ground once. So, and that's an average like 3 or 4 times for Bozeman a game. So, I don't know. The other thing I was going to tell you about James, he did look better in the sense that, like, he at least was in front of guys. It was kind of rare where, people, like, if you notice, no one came free up the middle. Like, you didn't really see that at all game. But, the only thing that I didn't like between him and Penny, I mean, mind you, I kind of like Penny over Becton right now. But the only thing I didn't like about those two guys is they don't have power. Like, they play too tall, and they don't have, especially in the pass pro, they don't have that power to like sit on a block or sit on a pass rusher and not like move back. There were a couple times where they got driven back too far for my liking. So I mean, who knows? But I mean, we'll see. Maybe this was the big switcheroo that Harbaugh's going to do next week just to really throw people off. But who knows? So I doubt it. But we'll see what happens next week, because I think the Patriots are already missing their like high price tag D tackle.
No, Milton Williams came back today, and so did their left tackle, Campbell.
Okay.
So both of those guys came back. But I definitely think that the Chargers showed a lot of grit today. Delshon Phillips deserves a lot of credit. Delshon Phillips had a very good game today. I thought he was all over the place. Marlo Wax, undrafted free agent, he was all over the place. I thought it was smart that they didn't play Dayon. Obviously you don't need to play Dayon. Dayon is give him a rest, let him rest for next week. But yeah, I thought those two guys played very well. Troy Dye had a couple misses when it came to
a breakdown. One thing's for sure, you need to cut Trey Lance, you need to cut Conklin and Disley. You need to find new guys in the offseason. Like, you need to find a little bit better of a backup quarterback, because that was ugly today, in my opinion. Like,
I thought Trey missed Trey Harris a couple times where you're like, dude, he's open. Like, what? Like,
Miss Keenan throwing balls in the dirt,
and
then he was almost like hesitant to make a decision or run. So I didn't know what that was about, but Yeah, Robert D, when he's been useful is at right tackle, but I guess they like Pipkins more, so I guess.
Yeah, they sat Pipkins today, so that basically tells you Pipkins will be the right tackle on
next week.
Whatever day. Guys, by the way, if you guys are wondering when are you going to find out what time the games are next week for the playoff, you're not going to find out until this game's over. Tonight's game between Pittsburgh and Baltimore. That is when you're going to find out when the when and where the chart. Well, we already know where it's in New England, but when
I agree, Robert D. You got to cut Mackay in the offseason.
Whether it's Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. Pedro, you know what's funny? Dan and I were listening to a clip of Rich Eisen yesterday, and he seems to believe that it's going to be Chargers and Patriots on Sunday Night Football. That's what he thought. He's like, if
that'd be nice.
He's like, you have Justin Herbert against people who people say is the next Justin Herbert and Drake May. Then you have Jim versus Mike Vrabel. By the way, both of these guys were obviously up for the Chargers gig as well.
Yeah.
With obviously if the Chargers weren't going to hire, if Jim Harbaugh would have said no, I'm going back to Michigan, then the Chargers would have hired Mike Vrabel. So that was basically where they were leaning. It was one of those two guys, and obviously they went. Jim Harbaugh was their number one. But again, today they showed grit. I know the offensive numbers were really bad. I was even surprised when I saw it, Dan. Lance, 20 of 44, 136, one pick. The pick, not really on him.
No, Disley bopped it up.
No,
that's why.
Disley.
You're right. It was KLS or whatever.
Trey Lance, 9 carries for 69. You could tell they didn't want to run the ball that much because they're going to need these backs next week. Vidal, 3 carries, 12 yards. Patterson, 8 for 29. Patterson's a fighter, by the way. Patterson,
I like that guy.
He would stretch out. He would do all kinds of stuff, but
you know what's
another? My bad, Pedro. That's what I meant. He's a mini Herbert, not the next, not the heir apparent or anything. I just meant he's a Denver.
The craziest part is too, like, do you imagine how bad the season would have been if it wasn't for Herbert? Like, what more of a case study do you need for an MVP case or whatever? Even though, I mean, to me, the MVP doesn't mean shit, but you know.
You're right, Pedro. KLS did get right past Patrick Surtain. I was surprised he got by Patrick Surtain, but it's funny because I thought Tony Romo was wrong. Like, he kept on saying the what did he say, Dan? The scariest wild card team is the
Bills. Yeah, the Bills.
Guys, I'll tell you one thing, and I mean I'll keep on repeating this. I think all 3 of these wild card teams could go into their opponents and win. I think that the Chargers could go into New England and win. I think that Buffalo could go into Jacksonville and win. And I think the
Texans.
The winner. Yeah, the Texans could go into the winner of Baltimore and Pittsburgh and go in there. But it's funny because they're saying that basically the loser of tonight. Well, no, they're saying that John Harbaugh's job is not secured, especially if he loses this. And with Tomlin, they're saying, yeah, whatever happens tonight, he's still going to be the head coach. So definitely interesting to say the least. But
I mean, that's why they're so smart, because it's like, A, it hasn't even been that bad. And B, they haven't, I assume it's because they haven't found like a guy they're willing to, go out and get, if that makes sense. Like, there's no slam dunk candidate probably in their mind that they are looking for. So,
well, I mean, Baltimore, like I told you, I think they'd go all in for Jesse Minter.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then obviously you saw Florio's report today that the Raiders could potentially want Brian Flores as the head coach, and then Brian Dable as the offensive coordinator.
That would be interesting. Like, as a neutral fan or as a neutral person, that would be fascinating to see. Exactly. I don't have my journalism shirt on today, but that would be interesting to see. But again, I know they hype up Brian Flores because he does a good job with the defense in Minnesota, but I don't remember his tenure with the Dolphins going that well. So, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if he gets another shot. I wish Anthony Lynn would get another shot. So
he wanted them to hire. He wanted them to.
No, there's no way Rivers is getting head coaching interviews. Get out of here. Oh, I know, Robert. It just shows you how little this mattered. Like, it's just crazy.
Going back to that. What did you say before?
Oh, Rivers getting a head coach interview.
No, there was something else you had said. Whatever. No, the Rivers thing, Pedro, I think he's going to want to coach Gunner. What they're saying is that Rivers could put himself in line. I think Gunner's about to be a senior.
Yeah, but he has a whole crop. How many boys does he have? He has a whole crop coming through there, probably.
No, there's a huge gap in between Gunner and the next boy.
Oh, so he'll just be like, hey, someone keep this warm for me. I'll be back in a couple of years.
That's what he said when he first took the job.
What a joke.
The AD unretired as the head coach, came back to be the head coach for 1 year. Rivers played his last season with the Colts, and then he retired, or he didn't retire, but he stepped away and then came down and started coaching St. Michael's. But I'm telling you, I'm interested to see if like next offseason, if the same thing happens and another team needs a quarterback, will they say, hey, you know what? He didn't play that bad like last year. Like, let's go. And
I'm wondering the real interesting thing will be
literally has 3 boys and all the other ones are girls.
Is he going to be in better shape if they call next time?
No, I wonder.
That's probably what killed him a little bit.
Oh, the cheese eating bastard makes me laugh.
I'm not even looking at it. So let's go.
So obviously, the thing with the
oh my god, Robert D. He has evidence. He has a whole like short bus full of kids, dude. That's evidence for that.
But you know what I thought was weird? Them lifting Myles Garrett up after he got the sack. Like,
well, I didn't know they paused the game to do that.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? This isn't like a charity case.
By the way, I did not know that the Bills had been playing at that stadium since 1973. That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's over 50 years of being at
I'm
that
sure that
stadium.
was like Qualcomm. Qualcomm, I think, wasn't Qualcomm
Oh,
that
yeah.
old, or-
Yeah. Qualcomm had been there for a very long time.
Or sorry, the stadium that must not be named.
Obviously, some of the other matchups, like we said, is the Broncos are obviously on a bye. The Chargers will go to the O.J. Simpson time. The Chargers will head to New England.
Back-to-back.
You said what?
Before he was a back-to-back.
Oh God. Interesting twist for the first round. You'll have 3 West Coast teams traveling to 3 East Coast times. In the interest of fairness, it seems like the right move would be have those 3 Sunday games. Oh, nobody cares. But yeah, it should be interesting. I mean, it's playoff time. This is what Jimbo had to say right after the game.
New England, we're all focus needs to be on that. That's the kind of game that does define your season. Put our focus and attention on that.
Yeah, well, that's what it is. Like, who I would have literally said this is going to be the shortest press conference you'll ever get. We're on to New England, and then just been ready to go. Like,
good to see you, Chris Rim.
Exactly. Shout out, my guy. But like everything up to this point doesn't matter. That's why I'm like, yeah, it's great that and that's why I get into everything, right? I'm still of the opinion it's great we get 11 wins, but if we're one and done, that's a wasted season. Like, oh my goodness. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, there's so many things wrong with that video you just played. I don't understand the fascination of taking off my shirt. Like, well, no, never mind. I was gonna. There's only one time when it's appropriate to take off a shirt, but I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing. I'm still very amazed that that they were able to stop the number 1 seed, and
they played like ass, dude. They only put up like their offense only put up like 13 points all off of field goals.
Hell no. They're off. Oh no. Well, you're close, but
I mean, 3, 4, 12, whatever. I don't know. I'm not a math guy, but I wouldn't doubt it. They were talking about it, Smega, that we supposedly it could be Sunday night, but I mean, we'll see. Yeah, Denver did not look good, so I mean, who knows how they're gonna, especially too with all the stuff. Usually, the ones who get the bye week never come out real good. After that in the playoffs. So I mean that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, 4. So they had 4 they had 12 points. Special teams had 12 points. The defense had the pick 6. So basically like the offense had 0 points.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and you know what's what was the mind baffling thing to me? Your starting left tackle goes down, and he was like shaken up or whatever, and then you put him back in the game. I was like, damn, they had a lot of guys go down. So, I mean, again, who
I don't know
knows
why you would have put him back in there.
I guess probably you know what it was to make sure Bo Nix doesn't get like clipped or whacked or whatever. But at the same time, it's like a double-edged sword. You're risking him also to get a worse injury.
I don't know. The thing is, I don't want to be wrong with you guys, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was either the
It's going to be Saturday or Sunday, and we'll find out together.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think it'll be the Monday night game, to be honest. But
that trips me out that they do Monday playoff games.
I think Monday night.
Oh yeah, Pedro. That's been the biggest change in the defense. They're so physical this year, and I'm absolutely loving it. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, Angel, especially because you saw that today. Even our backups was holding it down against the starting ones of the Broncos. Like, this is a Super Bowl winning team, or this is a Super Bowl winning defense. Like, the problem that I have is this offense isn't worth a shit half the time. And who knows if they can limp to 17 points. I think if you score 17 to 20 points, you'll win a playoff game, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Yeah, I agree, Danny. We like Phillips, Wax. They look good. Maybe they'll get some playing time. No, exactly, Robert G. This offensive line definitely is not a Super Bowl winning offensive line. Like, my God. I bet you they're worse than that Panthers offensive line. The year they got smoked by the actually, no, they didn't get smoked, but that year they got dominated by the Broncos. So we'll see. Like I said, 17 to 20 points, you will win a playoff game. But, you know, having 3 and outs, having incomplete passes, stupid play calls, like trying to get Herbert killed, that's not going to be good.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Pedro. Exactly.
All right. Carrie Underwood's coming out.
All right.
I don't want to, obviously Dan wants to watch this game. So appreciate everybody so much, guys. We'll be back depending on
like, comment, subscribe.
Depending on the schedule this week. I think either we're back Friday or we're back Thursday. So
Angel.
So either Thursday or Friday. If the Chargers play on Saturday, then we'll be on Thursday. If the Chargers play Sunday, then we'll be on Friday. If the Chargers happen to play Monday, we're back on Monday or on Friday as well. So
shout out.
So yeah, just we'll see. And guys, for anybody wondering, it's after the game, after tonight's game. That is when you'll find out what time and what day the Chargers play. So again, thank you guys so much. We'll be back. Guys, if you guys haven't gone yet, go on Compas on the Beat and make sure you guys check out the interview with Odafe Owe. We had him on the show earlier this week. So definitely appreciate everybody so much for checking out another episode of What's Up, Bolts. Chargers lose, but now they're headed into the wild card against the New England Patriots. Should be an interesting matchup. We'll see if we can get our guy Doug Keed on to break down whatever happened with the Patriots and see what their season's been like and what his thoughts are on this team and this game. But we'll let you guys know. Again, thank you guys so much. You guys are the best. Dan, why don't you get us out of here?
Like, comment, subscribe, be a compa, tell a compa, and don't forget, it's 2026, and you still don't know why John Cena became The Rock's bitch.